Sup nerds? Today, I'm going to tell you a story. About 4 years ago, I built my first true backup PC and called it LAN 1. I brought it with me to various LAN parties, big and small, in Nebraska. Shout out to you, NetWar. It being made of a light Liam Lee case and only containing games and no personal data, it was perfect for those kind of events. But what if I need something smaller that can fit in a suitcase and be taken on the train? And I don't want to compromise with a laptop or a mini PC. After upgrading my main rig for the 100th time, I have leftover parts to build a new PC. A new LAN system. Today is a day where I tell you a story of two towers. So, naming aside, there are some rules I'm gonna have to follow. 1. I have to use the worst case I've ever worked with. The Master Box Lite by Cooler Master. The one with the plastic side panel. I can modify the case, but I have to use it. It's been sitting in my closet for years and it's time she came out. 2. I have to keep it cool with a 13700K and a 3080 from my old build, even if I have to undervolt it. 3. It has to look good and be covered in stickers. I can't modify it in a way to make it look like I just pulled it out of a dumpster and drilled a bunch of holes into it. 4. It's gotta be themed in a way that's built around games and shows I enjoyed growing up. Cause, you know, nostalgia, right? And with that out of the way, let's get started. I ordered an ATX board by GIGABYTE, seeing that my old board is an ATX form factor. One of Corsair's new AIOs, the link-like fans, the kickback and cable gunk. A tacky white PSU that was on sale, and a 2TB hard drive. I get ready to do my first time-lapse build and enjoy a fun new project. Fuck, was I wrong! The AIO I ordered screamed repackaged. The mounting hardware bag was open, but everything else inside was still sealed. The PSU was missing 2 PCIe power cables. This will add to another shock down the road. Also, ordered from Amazon. I tried to film the assembly. Turned out to be more being frustrated and incoherent than a clean build montage. So, no video today. Sorry guys. And that there was this whole thing that the AIO uses PCIe power to run. I had to do some quick maths to calculate TDP to see if I needed to get a new PSU due to the lack of PCIe cables that I listed earlier. Fortunately, we all added up to about 375 watts pulled from the existing cables. So we're cutting it pretty tight. It should work. We'll figure it out later. I'm too tired to pull this thing apart and put it back together. So we're just gonna go with some B-roll and get into testing and performance of this part combo. Nevertheless, I was able to make it all work. So here we have LAN 2, or Rat's Nest. I need a better cable management this thing, but cable management in this case is hell. So now that she's put together, let's do a stress test.
First blood. Double kill. Killing spree. Headshot.
Wait, hold on. It's not 1999. Well, as you can see, our poor little system here gets kinda warm. And I mean kinda warm as in topping up at 80 Celsius warm. Even when playing Hunt Showdown on high settings, she still gets pretty warm. That's a little concerning, but nothing too dramatically critical. But I have an idea to rectify that.
So my plan for the system's heat issues is pretty straightforward. First of all, this is blowing out, but she needs to be blowing air in. This was how the AIO came with it. I was kind of just in a hurry to get it done because it's very frustrating in building this thing, unfortunately. But yeah, it's like our first goal. I can do that in like an hour when I have a little bit more free time. Our second thing we're going to be doing is, never mind, this after trip, we're going to be cutting a new acrylic panel. Because, for starters, one, this is old, scratchy, and very, like, you know, ugly. And the second reason is that we're going to cut, in the new panel, we're going to cut ventilation, like, down to the lower half. And it's going to be a series of lines here, holes. It might just cut off before the GPU. I don't know. I still gotta plan it out. But we're gonna see if we can cut in a spot to have a 1mm metal fan, mesh filtering, and just enough hole within the new acrylic panel to hopefully get some fresh air into the system and help the little 3080 that could. But anyway, that's all I really have for today, nerds. I'll see you all in a month with this system to show out the modding and the process of cutting the new panel and talking about how well it traveled across, you know, the states in train. But yeah, I'll see you all later. Bye.